Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Aidila binti Abdul Malik. Now let's move to the next part, which is speculating. Speculation is the act of trading in financial instruments such as derivative instrument that has a significant risk of losing most or all of the initial outlay in the expectation of big gain. Next, speculative trading is generally outright position, therefore it is exposed to huge profit or losses, and speculators buy futures when they expect prices to move upward. So, in simple terms, speculative trading in financial involves making best of the price movement of financial instrument like derivative. It comes with a big risk of losing most of all initial investment, but the motivation is a potential of substantial hits. So, speculative is often doing with outright position. For example, speculators might buy futures contract when they believe that price will go up in the future. Next, here as you can see, depending on the outlook of the speculators on the price of the trading futures contract, so trader will go long and anticipating an upward move in the price of the future contract. On the other hand, trader will go short and hoping for downward price action in the chosen futures contract. Now we will discussing speculation question from past year question, which is January 2018. The question sounds like this. You have gone long 10 contracts of June FCPO. The future price is Rm2000 per ton. If the initial margin is 10% of the total contract value and the maintenance margin is 70% of the initial margin, determine the daily mark-to-market adjustment to your account. The question asks, if you decide to close out your position on day 3, show your return in RM and percentage. Moving to the way to answer this question is, you need to list out all of the information given from the question. So first thing, we need to find the contract value, which is future price will times with number of contract and times with size of contract, which is 2000 times with 10 and times with 25. Then we will get the answer consists of 500,000. Next, we need to find the initial margin where 10% times with 500,000 and equal to 50,000. Last but not least, we need to calculate the maintenance margin of 70% times with 50,000 in equal to 35,000. So, by having all of this information, it is easier for us to construct the table. Starting with the future price of 2,000, and we need to long it since it has mentioned it in the question, and the amount of 50,000 as the initial margin. Next, for date 1 or D1, we will short it since we started off by long, so 2710 will minus with 2000, which is the beginning price, times with 10, which is number of contract, and times with 25, which is the size of contract, and you will get the profit of 177,500. So this profit will be added with the current margin and you will get the total amount of 277,500. You will repeat this method for day 2 until day 5 and if in any days between day 2 until day 5 you gain losses, you will need to minus it with the current margin of the day itself. Lastly, the question asks, if you decided to close out your position in day 3, show your return in RM and percentage. Thus, by using the information in the table that we have constructed for day 3, we can figure out its closed out contract whether it is profit or loss. So, the price on day 3, which is 2670 minus with the beginning price, which is 2000 times with 10, which is the number of contract, and times with 25, which is the contract size, we will get 167,500 as its profits. So we have answered all the questions, hence that's all from me for this topic.